Hey guys, it's me, Randy. Welcome to the Randy Rex Show. I am so sorry for the late episode, but I am covering the last episode of Survivor and the last episode of The Challenge. So, right now, we are very lucky, we are very blessed because we have a top tier season of Survivor on our hands. What is it? Q was voted out with his idol last week's episode. The week before that, Venus was voted out with her idol. The week before that, Tiffany was voted out with her idol. The week before that, Hunter was voted out with his idol. So, in last week's episode of Survivor, there was a reward challenge that Charlie ended up winning, and he took Kinsey and Liz. And ironically enough, the three people that he did not pick were the people that went to the pizza reward last episode before this one, which was Maria, Q, and Ben. So, that's pretty fair. But it wasn't just food, it wasn't just Chinese food. They also got their letters from their loved ones. And Maria was upset that she didn't get picked because, she's a mother of three. Obviously, that makes sense. But, just to be frank, people are coming at Maria for her behavior. After that rock, paper, scissors draw she made them do to determine who she picked to go on her pizza reward, a lot of people have already kind of been looking at her with their eyebrow raised. So this just didn't help her. And I actually did something that I hate doing, and I commented on someone's post. I think it was on Facebook. They called her a mean girl. I'm like, she's not a mean girl. But I wasn't attacking them. I'm like, how is she a mean girl? Like, give me an example. And then they said, haven't you been watching this season? I said, well, the only other time is, the one I just pointed out to you guys. So it doesn't really justify that for me. Even for myself, I felt myself getting, I don't want to say angry at Maria, even though I did put something like that on my post. But then when I felt myself getting that way, I asked myself, like, why am I feeling this way? And it's because I've been rooting for Charlie a lot. And I like the fact that him and Kinsey and Liz were kind of getting together to blindside her and Q, which ended up happening this episode. They all wanted to get Maria out. They were going to vote for her, but she won the immunity challenge yet again. So they did blindside Maria and Q was sent home with his idol in his pocket. So it's pretty amazing. Like, this season of Survivor is amazing in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I love it. I think it's a top tier season. But, obviously there are people out there with varied opinions. That's just a fact of life. But, I have just been slacking with my recording and my being able to talk about the previous episode, because here we are on Monday, and then on this Wednesday is the finale. So we're not going to have Survivor until this fall, later in the year. So it's a very bittersweet end to an amazing season. There was this dialogue that Charlie and Maria both had, and I'm sure, yeah, there's a producer talking to them when they're doing these confessionals, but they were both talking about how they were getting fueled for the end game. Maria was talking about making the move against Charlie with Q, and not getting the letter from her kids, and that was fueling her to make it to the final three. And then Charlie pairing up with Kinsey, Liz, and Ben to get Q out. Just that move is fueling him to make it further to the final three. You get both of these players juxtaposition. I don't even know if that's the right word to use there, but either way, they're on the other side, and it's still a war between them because she did win the immunity. They were not able to get her out, and Q was the person who took the hit because Maria couldn't, because they couldn't get her. So it was very fun. I cannot even imagine what's going to happen on Wednesday. Yeah, so moving into the challenge. The challenge has been a lot of fun because for me, I don't know a lot of the people, and then some of the people that are there are people that haven't been on the show in a really long time. But one of my favorites was able to get a star. So this season on the challenge, you have to have a star to compete in the final. So the women's star holders are Nicole, Cara Maria, and Veronica. The men are Steve, Ace, and Leroy. The season right now is filled with a lot of drama with Cam and Leroy, the couple of the house. They're married with a child, and they're kind of against Cara Maria, who is like, the challenge is known for a lot of their contestants, because they bring back a lot of the contestants to have like this ego and to have this control over the game, and that's how they're able to really win a lot. Cara Maria is definitely one of those contestants where she's been around the block for a long time. She knows how to play the game, she knows how to win the game. And it's like one of those things that you always hear people talk about during reality TV where if you have been around in a certain franchise for so long and you know the people outside of filming and competing, there's that blurred line between like friendship and then when you're playing the game and you're like both contestants. So it can get really dramatic. And right now, I love a lot of the people, which is fun. And that's why I love the season so much, because it just makes it when you can get that engaged with the characters. Sadly, I love them both. Adam and Brad are sent into the elimination. I love Brad, but Adam 100% has my heart, and I had 100% faith in him, and he pulled it out. He was able to send Brad home, and he took Ace's star. So now the star holders are Leroy, Steve, Adam, Cara Maria, Nicole, and Veronica. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys watch some amazing movies and TV.